Hello everyone, welcome to Polly Podcast Lia. This is my first podcast and first episode. For the first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Yulianti Francisca, and you can call me Lia. I'm from Stikes Tarakanita, Jakarta. After I introduce myself, I want to greet you. How are you guys? Fine? It's great. I hope that all of you who are listening to this are in a good health. Healthy in the sense of your body and your mentally. In the first episode, I want to talk about self-harm. Self-harm. I'm sure almost all of you have heard of this. Or maybe even some of you have done it. Don't worry guys, I don't want to intimidate you right now, but I want to invite you to let's understand about this self-harm together. At a young age, who doesn't know about self-harm? Before we continue guys, I've been browsing in the internet and I found some articles about the self-harm, and in this article said that self-harm is a major public health problem because it is the second leading cause of death in the worldwide. Oh my god. And a survey found that more than 60,000 60,000 adolescents age 12 until 24 until 24 years are know about self-harm. Oh my god. From 12 until 24 and 60,000. Oh my god. It's a lot of guys, 60,000. I think what is the cause of the high rate self-harm in adolescents? The answer is mental health disorders. The people closest to them often don't realize that their friends or even family are committing acts of self-harm. Self-harm preparation are people who find it difficult to share their problems with others. When experiencing problems, their talk and their feeling tend to be burned. In a depression condition, self-harm becomes the only option they do, so that the burden they feel shift to the injured body part. They express pain emotionally on a physical basis, which will slightly lessen the emotional burden because physical pain is easier to control and manage. So, do you know what the cases of self-harm? Alright, the answer is mental health disorders. The people closest to them often don't realize that their friends and even family are doing self-harm. And then self-harm are people who find it difficult to share their problems with the others. So no matter how you think about it, the slightest problem is considered a big one. For example, I've been seeing in TikTok about someone who did self-harm because her boyfriend cheating on her. Yes, just because her boyfriend cheating on her, so she did self-harm. And any others, there are also teenagers who do self-harm because of family problems or friendship problems and anything. Oh my god, I'm so confused about the self-harm. Why? Just because of boyfriend cheating you and you did self-harm. I don't know why. But I have some experience, and I will show you about that after this. For now, I want to explain of you the acts of self-harm in the form of this is slicing one one's hand, and yep, slapping oneself, and then hitting a wall and banging one's head against a wall. Yep, and the other acts of self-harm. Yep, guys, I want to share my experience of my best friend. Yep, my best friend was then self-harm. When my best friend is under stress due to family problems, self-harm is the only option. He must express his emotional pain physically, which will slightly lessen the emotional burden because she feels physical pain is easier to control and manage. My best friend is the type of person who keeps smiling even though he's in trouble. He is a good at hiding problems, I mean. And I never knew that my best friend did self-harm in her room every night when there was a problem. I never knew about that. I first knew when I met him. Okay, when I met him and I held his wrist. I held his wrist and he was in pain, like ow, like that, like ow, like shock to be touched on the injured part, like that. And then I look at this hand, and there were a lot of scratches. Yes. And then I asked, why is this? Why is this? And my friend said, bear coat. Yes, bear coat. After that, honestly, I felt like sorry. It turns out that my own best friend did self-harm. So far, I've only see posts from people on social media about the self-harm, but it turns out that my best friend did it. I'm shocked. Honestly, I'm shocked, but I think what happened? Why did he do that? How serious is the problem? The question kept spinning in my mind. And then after I knew my friends did self-harm, I tried to spend more time with my best friend because I want to know really happened until my best friend did self-harm. And I want to help him to recover. Of course, I want to help him to recover. I don't want him to fall any further. And time passed, and he opened more and more with me. He always tell me about the problems, and I give him the best motivation and advice and then until there come a point where he feel, okay, this is not right, and I want to stop doing self-harm. And you know guys, I feel like oh my god, I'm so happy when my friends when my friend thinking about this is not right, when her doing self-harm, is it not right, and she want to stop doing self-harm. I'm so happy and very happy when he realized that, because you know guys, that the most powerful way to recover from self-harm is desire from yourself. Yeah, desire to heal, the desire to self-harm, to stop self-harm, I mean. Another way is support from people around, such as family and your friends, and then when you have a positive social environment. Hopefully, those of you who are currently stuck in the comfort of solving problems with self-harm can quickly find the most comfortable place to tell stories and stop doing self-harm. Or when you are currently stuck in the comfort of solving problem with self-harm, you can consult a psychologist or psychiatrist. And don't be afraid guys, don't be afraid to go to psychologist, because our mental health is the most important thing. Okay, so don't be afraid to go to psychologist. Alright, hopefully we can be a good listener to anyone who wants to share his story, because we don't know how hard he tries to be able to tell what he feels to the others. Be a good listener. And for the last, I think it feels like I've been babbling long. I've been babbling long enough here, so I'm afraid you guys are tired of saying my face. So for this episode, I will end it first, and see you in the next episode, and goodbye.